Let's talk about every game happened on February 9th, 2024, Friday. The first game is the Atlanta Hawks beat the Sixers on the road, 127-121. The Sixers lost 4 straight at 2-8. They are just free falling right now. They still have 7-8 games ahead of Hawks, who is the 10th seed. So, I mean, they're gonna make the play-ins at the very minimal, but it's not looking good. Another lost season for Joel Embiid and friends. For the Hawks, no Capella, no problem. Okongwu comes in, play 34 minutes, and put up a really good numbers. 8 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks, 21 points. Trey, big game offensively, 37 points with 5 threes and 12 assists, man. The assists and points, like how many points is he generating? Like almost half of the offense. Bogdanovic been starting, a little bit disappointing. You feel like he would do more with Dejounte Murray out. Had 3 blocks and 3 threes. Saddiq Bey has been getting good minutes, and he does grab a lot of rebounds. So if you're looking for some points, some threes, some rebounds, he's a good option. Jalen Johnson continues to put up amazing numbers. 11 rebounds, 11 points, 6 assists, and 2 blocks with 1 3. He's just been really solid. Even though he hasn't been shooting the ball well at all, the rest of his line still look pretty good. For the Sixers, Buddy Hield, first game, boom. Absolutely must roster Buddy Hield. Look at his minutes, 39 minutes. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey was also out. And they even played Cameron Payne. 35 minutes. So, these two guys could be interesting. If Cameron Payne gets 25 to 30 minutes, he could realistically average 5 assists, right? Chipping some threes and everything else. So those two guys, well, Buddy Hield for sure is a must roster. Cameron Payne is definitely on the watch list. If you want to, pick him up, see how things go, sure. Tobias Harris, 21 points, okay. And Paul Reed, also need to be rostered at this point. 13 rebounds, still in a block, 12 points. He's going to be up and down, but must roster. Same thing with Cal Oubre Jr. I know a bunch of other people were out, but Buddy Hield for sure need to be rostered. They're going to play him some huge minutes. The next game is the Warriors. They somehow made it close versus the Celtics. 129-133. Jordan Poole, finally a game where he scores over 5 points, actually. Well, he had 19. Played 37 minutes. What are you going to do with him? The minutes is really good this game. Tyus Jones, 9 assists, amazing. 3 for 3 from 3, 17 points. Kyle Kuzma, for whatever reason, started at the center. The Wizards just said F it, because they traded away what's his name? I always have trouble. Their center. Daniel Gafford, yes. So what big man they have at the moment? I'm not sure. That will be interesting. Kyle Kuzma is not a center. Danny Advia, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 assists, 24 points. Played well. And Bilo, the rookie, took 18 shots, 21 points, 2 steals. Okay, so now it's interesting for him. He's really, really, how do you say? He's a rookie. He's really up and down. And the fact that he got 32 minutes, I know they traded away Daniel Gafford. Are they sticking with the little, small lineup? If they are, a bunch of guys could be, like Danny Advia is already a much roster. But Bilo could be interesting if he's get consistent 30 minutes. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, 18 points, okay. Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis both went off, 35 points and 34 points respectively, and 14 for 14 from line for Kristaps. And 1 block, and Tatum, also added 8 assists. That's great. Derrick White, just look at this line. Didn't really do any scoring, but 6 assists, 3 steals, and a block. And Jrue Holiday chipped in 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal, 9 for 13. Just very, very solid, the whole Celtics squad. When they play mediocre teams. Moving on to the next one, the Houston Rockets lost to the Toronto Raptors. Jalen Green, who was playing well as of late, this game totally flopped. And they don't have Fred VanVleet, so Amen Thompson need to be streamed and rostered and streamed for the next couple games until Fred VanVleet comes back. 30 minutes of him just like his brother, All-Star Thompson. Really good rebounds, can get you a bunch of defensive stats. He had 6 turnovers, which is concerning. Emperor Shangun also did not play in the fourth quarter, played just 21 minutes. Just a bad game, move on. Jabari Smith, a double-double, but he needs to get more defensive stats. And Dylan Brooks had quite a nice game. 4 threes, still in 2 blocks. But unless he can get more defensive stats consistently, I don't know if we want to stream him at all. For the Toronto Raptors, RJ Barrett, 21 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and a 3 and a steal, pretty good. It's just the minutes, right? Same thing with Emmanuel Quickly. These two guys, when they were on the Knicks, RJ sometimes would lose minutes to, Josh Hart. He wouldn't play in the fourth quarter. Emmanuel Quickly came on the bench. Now both guys are playing 30 plus minutes, 35 plus minutes actually. Gary Trent Jr., he's still sucking offensively, but have 4 steals and 2 threes here. I think he could be rostered if you're looking for those 2 categories. And Jakob Poeltl absolutely went off versus the Rockets. 3 steals and 6 blocks. His best game of the season so far, for sure. 13 rebounds as well, 16 points. Yeah. If he got dropped when he was hurt and you picked him up, great job. And Bruce Brown, with everybody healthy, just get 22 minutes. So we do not need to roster him. The next game, wow. Charlotte Hornets, what is going on? They lost by, let's give a great confidence booster to the Bucks at least. Bucks have been struggling, 4-6 in the last 10. Great thing for them that they get to play. They get to play the Charlotte Hornets. Still with no LaMelo Ball. LaMelo has been a huge disappointment this year. Even when he played, right, he wasn't even on a per game basis. He's not close to top 15. I think he's in the 30s or something. So, just a flop, I would say this year. LaMelo, okay, 24th. It's not horrible actually. If he just played a few more games, I think it's totally fine. But he only played 22 games this year. Cody Martin, no defensive stats, but honestly, we could stream him. Same thing with Bryce McGowens. He been coming off the bench. Sometimes starts get 30 minutes. Leaky Black, I'm not sure about him. But if Charlotte Hornets got a good schedule, right? These are the guys we could target. Miles Bridges, horrible game, 2 for 16. Nick Richards, I think we know he's a must roster. And Brandon Miller continues to have a crazy high usage. With everybody out, he's gonna have good value the rest of the season. They're gonna let him, giving him, Gordon Hayward is also traded, right? One interesting thing is Trey Mann get traded. I wonder if they're gonna give him minutes, right? Instead of giving Cody Martin. If Trey Mann gets 30 minutes, he is a great player. I remember a couple years ago, well, that's even like maybe a year or 2 years ago, during the fantasy playoffs when OKC wasn't good, Shea would just get quote unquote shut down for the season with like 2 weeks left. Trey Mann goes in, averages 20 points, no problem. A bunch of threes, some assists, and some steals. He can play. So let's see if he gets minutes. If he does, then something to watch out. For the Bucks, Giannis, easy work in 23 minutes. Damian Lillard played 29, 26 points, 2 3, 6 for 6. Finally, a somewhat decent game for Dame. He struggled massively. This is the problem with Dame this year is he has a lot of bad games. And that also happened when he would on the Portland. But on Portland, for a month, right, he would averages 40 points. That's not happening with the Bucks because you have Giannis here. Malik Beasley, absolutely insane, 7 for 9 from 3, just a 3-point streamer. Brook Lopez is back with 3 blocks, and they even got Jay Crowder back. Look at that. Wait, Patrick Beverley got traded on this team. I forgot. He played 12 minutes. He's not fantasy relevant, obviously. They need their veteran presence on the team. The next game, the Denver back-to-back, they got destroyed by the Kings. That's why the West is, kind of crazy. Jokic, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. The minutes is a bit low because the blowout. Same thing with Jamal Murray, not the best game. And with KCP out, they started Justin Holiday. Okay, if KCP continues to be out, Justin Holiday is the guy that we could streaming. Same thing with Gary Trent, hit threes, get defensive stats. Field goal is a concern. Aaron Gordon played all right. Peyton Watson came in. Peyton Watson has been getting good minutes, right? Like Michael Porter Jr. is out. If he continues to miss games, he's another guy that we could look to stream. But you mainly look for his defensive stat. Doesn't really offer much else. For the Kings, great game. De'Aaron Fox, 15 points and 10 assists and 5 steals again. His steal numbers in the last 2 weeks has been absolutely crazy. Sabonis, another big triple-double. Sabonis has been... Well, he's the 30th ranked player on a per-game basis, but if you count free throws, he's definitely top 20. 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists. Amazing. Amazing counting numbers. Keegan Murray, continue to roster him, I would, even though he's been struggling in a pretty major way. De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter, they're just streamers. And Malik Monk, I would also hold on to him. Last game of the night, the Lakers scored 139 points on the Pelicans. You don't see that very often. Lakers had their offense going. Zion Williamson, 30 points, great, a steal and a block. Valanciunas, kind of a short night for him, 22 points, pretty solid, still a double-double with 2 blocks. And Herbert Jones, of course, still split the minutes with Trey Murphy, 29 minutes and only 20 minutes for Trey Murphy. Both guys are not much rosters. Herbert Jones, for a little while, beginning of the season, he was really, really good. He would play 30 minutes, 35, and get a bunch of defensive stats. But now it's no longer happening. Not just the minutes. On a per minute basis wise, he's not getting as many defensive stats as he was in the beginning of the season. He was averaging like 1.7. I'm just saying some numbers. 1.7 steals and like over 1 block. If you look at his last 2 weeks or last month, there's no defensive stats. 2 steals here though. Brandon Ingram, 22 points, 3 blocks. Okay, that's great. 7 assists and 7 rebounds. But overall, 19 points for CJ. Overall, not. This is why it's so interesting. Where in the West, you have the Lakers, who is just the 10th seed. They can beat a really good team like the Pelicans at home, and then you have the Kings, Detroit. Denver is right now the number 4 seed now, or 3 or 4. I mean, they're basically the same. So the West is just uber competitive this year. Yeah. Well, look at the Lakers. D'Lo has been really good lately. Not gonna lie. There's still games he played 20 minutes and does nothing, but he has been good, and he's gonna stay on this team. Trade deadline is passed. 30 points, 6 threes, absolutely must roster. I think for a little while when he got benched, maybe certain leagues dropped him. If you picked him up, great. Austin Reeves also had it going offensively. 20. Well, all the starters scored over 20. Look at that. AD just 20 points. That's okay. 6 rebounds, a steal and a block. And LeBron with 21 points, 14 assists, a steal and block. They shot 45% from 3. You don't see that very often. And get to the line 32 times. Yeah, that's one big thing with the Lakers. You see on Reddit, or even folks pointed out that they just get so many more free throws than the rest of the league. It's crazy. In this game, LeBron got 8. Well, they do have LeBron and AD. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.